What would you do if you were told you had to assassinate the hero destined to save the world? Not the villain, not the demon king, the hero. That's the completely insane premise that makes this anime something you can't stop watching. Let's talk about betrayal. The protagonist isn't some generic teenager. He was Earth's deadliest assassin, decades of perfect service, impossible missions completed without fail. And on his final mission, just as he's about to retire, the organization he served his entire life betrays him. They put him on a sabotaged plane. Dead pilots destroyed controls, and just in case he survives the crash, they send a fighter jet to erase him from the map. The irony is brutal because he warned his apprentice minutes earlier to never trust anyone. This is where it gets good. A goddess appears and offers him a deal. He can reincarnate on Earth with no memories, or go to a fantasy world with a specific mission. Kill the hero before he destroys the world. Yeah, you heard that right. The goddess explains that after defeating the Demon King, the hero will become corrupted by power and become worse than the demon himself. And that's the genius of the premise. We're watching a professional assassin who must eliminate someone destined to be worshipped by everyone. This guy is reborn into a family of noble assassins and starts preparing from childhood. And the anime does something brilliant. It doesn't show you a generic training montage. It shows you how he thinks like an assassin in every situation. When he goes hunting, he's perfecting silent assassination. When he cooks, he's studying chemistry and biology. Every moment is calculated. Every action has a hidden purpose. The eye surgery shows you this family means business. They surgically modify their eyes to see mana, have enhanced night vision, and detect targets hundreds of meters away. It's turning your eyes into a precision weapon, and the protagonist accepts without hesitation because he knows he'll need every possible advantage. Then Dia appears, his magic teacher. Silver hair, talented, one of the top 5 mages in the kingdom, but their relationship is far more complex than typical romance. Together, they literally break the world's magic system. They discover they can create new spells by researching the structure of magical language. While other mages wait for God to send them spells, they're decoding the matrix and creating their own weapons. Magic guns, cannons, explosives. This guy turns a fantasy world into a shooting range. But here's the twisted part. When he finds Tart, an abandoned girl about to be devoured by wolves, his rescue seems heroic. He feeds her, offers her a home. But it's all calculated manipulation. He rescued her because he detected she has mana. He reveals his secrets to create a bond that guarantees absolute loyalty. It's brainwashing disguised as kindness. And the most disturbing thing is that it works perfectly. Tart becomes a lethal assassin completely devoted to him. His first death as an assassin shows you something changed. In his previous life, he killed hundreds without feeling anything. But when his father takes him to execute a prisoner, there's something different. He kills her without hesitation, but there's conflict in his eyes. He's not the cold machine from before. He's starting to feel the weight of taking lives, and that makes him more human, but also more dangerous. The Merchant arc is where he proves he's a genius in multiple fields. They tell him to create a fake identity as a merchant to infiltrate noble circles. And what does he do? He revolutionizes the kingdom's cosmetics industry by inventing moisturizer. Something so simple becomes his golden ticket to access any noble mansion. Noble wives are obsessed with his product, and while he's selling creams, he's building a massive spy network. Maha and the orphans break your heart. They're being trafficked, sold to sick predators. One of the girls cuts her face with a scythe so no one will want to buy her. That level of desperation is devastating. And when Lug shows up, he initially seems like another client, but then he flips everything. He infiltrates the place, rescues the girls, turns the traffickers over to the authorities. He even heals the face of the girl who self-harmed. It's brutal justice without moral speeches. His first real assassination mission hits different because the target isn't a one-dimensional monster. He's a noble who sells military secrets in exchange for drugs. Soldiers die because of his betrayal. He deserves to die, no doubt, but he also genuinely loves his wife. And when Lug executes him with a perfect sniper shot, the wife finds the body, and her scream is heartbreaking. Lug realizes he's no longer the emotionless tool from before. He feels the tragedy he caused, even when he knows it was necessary. Now, Setanta, this name should make you jump out of your seat. He possesses an indestructible divine spear. He dominates entire battlefields. His berserker ability makes him stronger with every hit he takes. And when Lug investigates, all indicators point to him being the hero. Finally, after years of preparation, the target appears. But there's a massive problem. Setanta is absurdly powerful. Lug fires a magic cannon that could demolish a small city, and Setanta only loses his armor, not a scratch. The battle that follows is a masterpiece of strategy. Setanta challenges Lug to an honorable duel, promising to retreat if he loses. Sounds fair, except Lug knows he'd last 10 seconds in direct combat, so he does what he does best. He doesn't fight like a knight, he fights like an assassin. While Setanta talks about honor, Lug is launching an orbital weapon into space, a tungsten rod the size of a telephone pole. He uses anti-gravity magic to position it in orbit, applies wind resistance spells, and while Setanta waits for the duel, Lug is just buying time. The explosion when that rod falls from the sky is apocalyptic. It's literally an orbital bombardment in a fantasy world. The shockwave throws Lug against a wall. The crater is meters deep. Everything within a 100-meter radius is obliterated. And for a moment, it seems like it worked. Setanta is dead. The mission is complete, except there's a brutal twist waiting. After Lug returns home with Dia, after everything seems resolved, his father gives him devastating news. The real hero just appeared in their kingdom. Setanta wasn't the hero. He was just an extraordinarily powerful soldier. All that time preparing, all that elaborate strategy, that impossible assassination he barely survived, and it wasn't even the right target. The real mission is just beginning. That twist redefines the entire anime. You're not watching the complete story. You're watching the prologue. And if Setanta, who wasn't the hero, was so devastatingly powerful that he required an orbital bombardment to be defeated, how strong will the real hero be with over 30 legendary abilities? What makes this anime shine is how it balances brutal action with genuine character development. Lug isn't a generic, overpowered protagonist. He wins through meticulous preparation, deception, and strategy. He turns every encounter into an advantage. His relationship with Dia is genuine but also strategic. His rescue of Tart is compassionate but also manipulative. Every action has layers. The magic system is refreshing because it breaks genre rules. Instead of passively waiting for God to grant spells, Lug and Dia hack the system. They understand that spells are formulas with specific parameters. Melting temperature, molecular density, mana flow. They turn magic into applied science. Firearms in a medieval world. Technology disguised as magic. The noble assassin family is fascinating because they have a complex moral code. They're not unethical hired killers. They investigate every target, confirm crimes, only kill when it genuinely benefits the kingdom. Lug's father teaches him they're humans, not tools. They need to maintain their humanity to make correct decisions. It's a philosophy that completely contrasts with the organization that betrayed Lug in his previous life. The most disturbing part is how the anime makes you empathize with an assassin. Lug does morally questionable things. He manipulates traumatized children, kills without remorse when necessary, but you see him protect peasants, heal the sick, rescue trafficking victims, create jobs for orphans. His methods are dark, but his results frequently help innocents. You find yourself supporting someone you shouldn't, and that moral tension is addictive. When his father offers him the option to live as a merchant instead of an assassin, Lug refuses without hesitation. He has the talent to live peacefully, but he chooses the path of assassination because he wants to protect the people he loves and the innocents who can't protect themselves. It's a conscious choice. Every assassination is his decision. The moment where Lug runs 300 kilometers to save Dia shows how far he's come. The cold assassin who felt nothing is now willing to risk everything for the woman he loves. Tart literally destroys herself using wind magic to carry him further. She knows she can't make it all the way, but she pushes her body beyond its limits because she wants Lug to save Dia. That loyalty Lug manipulated has become something genuine. The contrast between Lug's two lives is constantly explored. On Earth, he was a tool. No real family, no love. just missions and death. In this new world, he has parents who love him, a teacher who became his girlfriend, loyal assistants, peasants who respect him. He has reasons to live beyond just killing. He's not killing because it's all he knows. He's killing because he chose to protect this world and these people who gave him a second chance. The commercial empire Lug builds is legitimate. It's not an empty facade. He really revolutionizes the cosmetics industry, creates jobs, improves lives. And while doing all that, he builds the perfect spy network. Every noble client is a potential information source. It's corporate espionage taken to fantasy level. This anime works because it's not afraid to be dark while maintaining emotional heart. Characters do questionable things, but their motivations are understandable. The action is brutal, but strategic. The magic is fantastic, but grounded in internal logic. And the central moral question, whether it's right to kill the hero to save the world, never has an easy answer. It's an anime that makes you think while it entertains you. Makes you question morality while you enjoy incredible action sequences. Makes you care about a manipulative assassin because you see his humanity beneath the layers of cold calculation. And when it ends with the real hero finally appearing, it leaves you desperate to see what happens next. The question you're left with is, would you assassinate the hero to save the world? And after seeing everything Lug sacrifices, manipulates, and destroys pursuing that mission, you still don't know the right answer, but you definitely want to see how it ends.